Welcome. And first of all, let me thank Chris and his colleagues at the Caltech Alumni Association for pulling this together. And I especially appreciate, as a physicist, the nature of the comments that you made before. Caltech alumni have changed society for the better, in characteristic fashion, as inventive, intrepid, irreverent, and inspiring fashion. They reside in the ivory tower and traipse to the far corners of the earth. But whatever and wherever their chosen paths, our alums demonstrate to the world the special nature of a Caltech education. Caltech's Distinguished Alumni Award is the highest honor the Institute bestows upon its graduates. It is awarded to Caltech alumni in recognition of a career of noteworthy accomplishment or an achievement of noteworthy value. There is no doubt that the Institute's impact on the world can be ascribed most directly to the cumulative impact of our graduates. Today, we celebrate 5 honorees whose careers highlight both the breadth and depth of their influence, extending from academia to industry to civil service. The presentations of the Distinguished Alumni Award will be in alphabetical order. We start with Gary Demos. Gary Demos is a pioneer in the computer graphics industry and the founder of multiple companies specializing in computer-generated images. Over the last several decades, computer-generated graphics have jumped from the realm of science fiction to crude images in sci-fi films to convincingly realistic renderings now used across all film genre. Mr. Demos describes witnessing this metamorphosis of computing technology. Quote, "It is not possible to have more than one era of first times for computer simulated images. I was very privileged to be able to help create and to experience together with others who also created alongside me many new things which reveal to all of us a wondrous potential for a truly new medium." As an undergraduate at Caltech in 1970, Mr. Demos became interested in computer graphics after attending a presentation on campus by inventor John Whitney Sr., who showed 16-millimeter films of computer-generated dots and lines moving in time with music. Fascinated by the rich colors and deep blacks that were possible via computer simulation, and moved by Mr. Whitney's enthusiasm for experimental filmmaking with computers, Mr. Demos soon began exploring how to create computer graphics of his own. A Caltech graduate course, Introduction to Fourier Optics, provided him with the technical foundation for future manipulation of computer-generated images. In 1973, the movie Westworld became the first feature film to use digital image processing. The following year, Mr. Demos connected with the creator of Westworld's computer graphics, John Whitney Jr., whose father's presentation he had attended at Caltech several years before. Together, they established the Motion Picture Project at Information International, LLC, producing computer-generated scenes for commercials and movies. Their work included a 3D animation of Peter Fonda's head in Future World, the 1976 sequel in Westworld, as well as graphics for the films Looker, Tron, and The Last Starfighter. In 1988, Mr. Demos established Demographics, and in 2005, Image Essence, LLC. An avid inventor, he holds over 100 patents. In 1984, Mr. Demos received his first Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences Scientific and Engineering Award, along with John Whitney Jr., for the practical simulation of motion picture photography by means of computer-generated images. His second Scientific and Engineering Award recognized his groundbreaking work in the field of film input scanning. In 1995, the Academy honored him with a Technical Achievement Award for his efforts in the creation of the Digital Productions Digital Film Composition System, and in 2005, He received the Academy's Gordon E. Sawyer Oscar for Lifetime Technical Achievement. Gary, if I could invite you to come to the stage.
I had no idea that my speech was to be short because the introduction was going to be long. but it was good, thank you. While I was at Caltech, I was drawn to exploration of visualization using computer image synthesis. Sometimes what works on is utilized by many. However, other times what one works on is not directly used by others, but instead serves as a demonstration of what is possible, and thereby hopefully raising the bar on what could and should be achieved. Once something has been demonstrated as possible, everyone seems to marshal their efforts to bring their work up to that level, and providing an existence proof of what is possible is often one's main contribution. Everyone here experiences the interaction of their mental models with the problems at hand, including the refinement and revision of such mental models. With image synthesis, the impact of seeing an imagined result become reality is incredible. Always a surprise, always more detailed and refined than was imagined. Yet if there had not been the imagining, there would not have been the astonishing visual result from the computations. I believe that the ability to build and refine a mental model as applied to either problem solving or creative image synthesis builds on one's knowledge, but potentially leads that knowledge beyond its inherent limitations. In other words, the interaction of one's mental model with a given problem or idea often improves insight and intuition. Computers will continue to evolve in their ability to shore up and augment our innate mental capacity and thereby aid us in our endeavors. However, the nature of our insights seems to remain distinctly human, whether assisted by computers or not. I experience this man-machine interaction as a fascinating adventure. I'm always curious to test various ideas to see what results when I code them up. I'm also fascinated by the pursuit of understanding what a given piece of code actually does versus what I intended it to do. This becomes particularly interesting when one is intending aesthetic attributes for the result. I wish to thank Caltech for having been home to many extraordinary people, including students, faculty, staff, and affiliates. My fellow students here created a fascinating intellectual environment full of ideas and deep critical thinking. Many fellow students became lifelong colleagues, some of whom are here today. World-class Caltech affiliates extend this small campus to include NASA's JPL planetary missions, Caltech's world-class astronomy observatories. One stands in awe of the fundamental science and engineering that goes on here. Caltech has helped shape many of us as individuals in profound and unexpected ways. I'm very pleased and honored to be listed among the incredible group of distinguished alumni.